Hey guys, today's video is going to be my first impressions and wear test review on this new Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate foundation and the concealer. I picked these up yesterday at Ulta and I love the Conceal and Define foundation. It's like my absolute favorite, so I thought I would give these two a shot. Although I do love a matte look, I have been actually really liking like dewy skin too. Today I am obviously filming in natural light. I'm watching some people that have been doing that lately and I thought it looked really nice, so I thought I would give it a go and see how it goes. The only thing about this that I didn't really give it good consideration to is that later on tonight there won't be light, so thank you guys so much for stopping by and checking me out. And if you want to see how this foundation wears, then just keep on watching. Clip my hair back for this. The foundation says specially formulated to suit every skin type and tone, but is particularly beneficial for dry skin. I have like oily combo, so maybe this wasn't made for my skin. We'll see. With hyaluronic acid, it offers an all-day long radiance and glow without settling into fine lines or clinging to dry patches. This foundation offers medium to full coverage. For the concealer, it says suitable for everyone looking for a lightweight finish with a boost of moisture, offering all-day hydration thanks to an infusion of hyaluronic acid. It covers blemishes, even skin tones, and counteracts dark circles while drenching skin with moisture. It's designed for drier skin. The sheer satin finish won't settle into fine lines, and the doe foot applicator allows for a smooth, delicate application. I'm going to use my regular primers, obviously, to give it a fair shot. So I'm going to go in with the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, chamomile, and lavender and spray that all over my face. Go in with the Soap & Glory One Heck of a Blot primer. Just put that on my T-zone. Bring that down into my smile lines. For reference, I picked up the shade F10 in the foundation and C8 in the concealer because that's what I am in the Conceal and Define foundation. So I'm going to use one side with a brush and one side with a sponge. It does come with a pump. I like the doe foot applicator a lot. Some people like the pump better. I think for the brush side, I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit. Put some on my face with my finger first and then blend it out. Not that runny. And I am going to use the It Cosmetics Love is the foundation brush. This is the only foundation brush that I have found that I like. It smells pretty much the exact same as the Conceal and Define one did. Definitely is the same shade. It's got like a kind of a pinky undertone that doesn't fit me perfectly, but you know, we're working with what we got here. Okay, well, I do think it has like really good coverage. Don't know why, but I expected it to not have super good coverage. This is my skin without it, and this is my skin with it, and I think that it's like really dewy looking, which I don't hate. It looks like it might be sitting on top of the skin more so than being sunk into the skin. I don't know. I feel like it looks a little funky like around my nose area. The overall glow I'm really liking. It is tacky, like it will transfer I think without setting it, but I always set my foundation just because I'm oilier. I'm just gonna take a sponge, do the same thing on this side. It looks darker on this side for some reason. Just right off the bat, like there's definitely more coverage with the brush, but I think it looks way more like skin on the sponge side. I'm gonna add just a little bit more on the sponge side to see if, you know, you can build up the coverage. But like I thought this side looked pretty good, but then like when I came over here to compare, once I started using it with a sponge, like it definitely looks way more skin-like on this side. I'm just gonna go over it with my sponge on the other side just to like kind of get the excess. Like maybe I used too much product, especially on my forehead. Yeah, this just gives you like a really healthy glow. Still tacky. The brush for me just made it look a little bit too heavy on the skin, and whereas the sponge side, it just looks way more natural. I feel like I could leave the house like this and someone would just think maybe I didn't have any makeup on, so I really like that about it. I'm just gonna keep using the sponge because I don't ever use a brush for concealer. Let's go in with the concealer. So this is the shade C8, a nice big doe foot applicator. Really like that. I can already tell it's a little bit more hydrating than the Conceal and Define. I feel like that one was a little bit more dry for sure. I have to say that the foundation is $12 and the concealer is $10. I feel like the concealer, I don't know why, but I expected it to be a little bit less, like $8 or something. I do like that there's still a glow with this concealer versus the Conceal and Define. It seems to be sitting pretty well on the skin. I don't know if it's better coverage than the Conceal and Define or about the same. I don't know. What do you guys think? I just feel like I still see some darkness here, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. I definitely feel like around my mouth things are starting to look a little like more makeup-y. This was the side that I used with the brush, but I did go over it with a sponge because it just looked way too heavy to me. And then over here is where I used the sponge the whole time. The concealer looks pretty good under the eyes. I do feel like it covered a good bit, but I would say it's more of a medium. It's not a full coverage. Like, I don't know, I just still see like a little bit of darkness there, a little bit there. Only full coverage concealers cover up this like darkness I have right here. But I think it looks pretty good overall. Like the skin looks healthy. I think it looks pretty good. I think I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup and then come back and show you what it looks like with all the makeup on. Okay guys, so I'm back from doing the rest of my makeup, and I definitely took my sweet time doing it. I think I've been sitting here for probably an hour or something like that, because it's already 2:45. So I mean, my wear test, I'll try to make it at least 8 hours, but this is what the foundation looks like with the rest of my makeup on. I did set it with a powder, and then I also used a setting spray because I always do that. I'm never going to not do that. And I think the foundation looks pretty good right now. It looks pretty much like skin to me, and the concealer, it looks pretty good too. I feel like there's still just like a little bit of darkness, but maybe I just have like just dark under eyes. I don't know. Nothing's settled into my smile lines or my forehead lines too badly right now. I'm gonna go ahead and go throughout my day, and then hopefully, you know, check back in a little bit. I'm starving right now, so something to eat, and I'll check back in with you guys in just a little bit. Okay guys, I am back. It's 9:03 and I don't have my phone, so you're just gonna have to take my word for it. But obviously, as you can see, I'm ready to take this makeup off and get ready to go to bed. Yes, I usually am in bed by 9:30 because this is just my life now. So I've had the foundation on for about a little over 6 hours, so I didn't really get a full wear like a regular day in, but you know, I feel like we're getting a pretty good idea anyway. So this is what my face is looking like, and I haven't blotted or touched up or anything. Did eat, kind of laying on the couch watching TV for a little bit. Show you guys my main concern, because I didn't even leave the house today. I haven't done anything strenuous. And look at my smile lines. And like around my mouth, like just around this whole area. Like you can see creasing like there. My smile lines look terrible. If you look here, you can see like a lot of like it settling into my lines here. As far as like me being really overly oily, I don't know that I'm like more oily than usual. I'm just gonna blot my nose. It looks better, but this is the first time I've blotted, and I feel like now there's like minimal foundation on my nose. Like you can see a lot of skin. I mean, this is the main concern here, because like where I have no blemishes, it looks pretty good, like on my cheek area. But obviously, like I have a face, a regular human face, so I have more cracks and crevices and creases than just like none at all. I don't get filler or anything. Is that a dog hair? Yeah, it was a dog hair. And then the concealer looks like it kind of creased like a lot as well. And I mean, I did set it. So I mean, I didn't think the coverage on the concealer was that bad, but I just feel like it creased noticeably more than other concealers that I have, like my Tarte Shape Tape or my Flower Beauty concealer. I mean, the creasing is pretty prominent. Overall, I don't know if I would say I would recommend this foundation. I mean, it's not the worst foundation I've ever tried, but it's also not the best. The coverage was definitely, I would say, medium to buildable. The concealer was a little bit more full coverage, I would say, than the Conceal and Define concealer, but it did seem to crease like pretty badly. If you're the kind of person that doesn't like to set your foundation and concealer, then it definitely is probably going to crease on you, considering I did set it. I don't know. I used my normal primers, and I did get pretty oily on my nose, like even more than usual. Let me know down below, have you tried this foundation and concealer? What did you think of it? Did you think it was better than the Conceal and Define, or worse, about the same? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Foundation all in my hair. Wow, great. Wish my bra strap would just stay in its seat, ma'am.